fucking thing today. That's great. I'm gonna kill myself.
Okay, guys. So, what should I do? What if I hit record?
I don't know. You can cut out stuff later.
No. I'll just stop saying I'm gonna off myself. Yeah, we're good. Everything's fucking fine.
Yeah, we're chilling as one can.
As much as one possibly can in this situation.
Yeah. Okay. Well, welcome back to the 5th episode of For the Love of Prod, our first official After Dark episode. Yeah, this is the latest that we've started one of these recordings. It is about to be 10 o'clock.
It's all my fault.
Real gamer hours. Real gamer hours.
Real gamer hours for you and you alone, Hippy.
Hey, I got a better sleep schedule now.
What weren't you talking about that you were gonna do work after this?
I was thinking about it.
Thinking or considering? Those are two different things.
Big difference.
There's things I'm considering, but we shouldn't say that on YouTube or Spotify or whatever other platforms you can consume this podcast on.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, hey, I do say it's not intended for children.
Yeah, I'm helping you. Don't encourage me right now. Don't do it. This podcast will become about me. I will become the main character.
You specifically tagged me not for kids on the YouTube.
It's not safe for work, man.
Anyway, we talk about production things here, right, Dex?
Sometimes, I guess.
The name of the show.
Well, you have a producer of sorts here. You should introduce him.
Of sorts.
Yeah. Holy shit. Okay, welcome back to the 5th episode For the Love of Prod. Shut up. Fuck off, y'all. As always, Hunter, shut it. As always,
That's a word!
Yeah, I could fucking see a reaction, man. Welcome back. We have Hunter, as always. Mega, as always. Hunter, I just noticed your camera's off. I'm not going to change it, though.
It's bad that I noticed it first.
Yeah, no, I noticed it. I just... And as always, we have a guest this week. If you've been around Overwatch, any of the tournaments, it seems, you probably ran into this person at least once, or you've at least seen some of his work. We have Hippy Productions. Hippy, I already talked to you about how you were not the first option this week, but thank you for being the only one who was actually readily available.
Wait, I didn't know.
Am I ever the first option?
Joker.
Oh, fuck that guy.
You want to know who was second?
Wait, Hippy wasn't second? That's evil. Oh my god.
I tried to get a caster since we've had, a producer, an observer, headrammer, and then another producer.
Surely you tried to get in the Fletch.
Yeah.
Certainly.
It was. Yeah. It was Fletch.
Fletch said that he was too busy doing Pokemon, right?
No. He told me, and I quote, here, let me... actually, I just remember that Monday nights are really bad for me. Sorry, I woke up and my brain is fried. Apparently, sending him a message at 1 p.m. in the afternoon yesterday was a bad time.
I have to spam ping this kid to get on the breakdown every single time. It's a whole thing.
There you go, Hunter. You're fixed.
It's actually probably good that Fletch isn't here. Like, the mood I'm in, we would just yell the entire time.
That is true. We would just let y'all take over for the next 45 minutes.
But it would be a really entertaining episode to the people who know about your friendly rivalry.
Yeah, like how I make him look misogynistic on Calling All Heroes broadcast. Yeah, that's easy.
that was great.
But anyway, we're here to talk about Hippy. He's done like all this production work like everywhere. It's pretty great.
Thank you, Mega, for being the one that wants to move it along. Yeah, Hippy, you've done a lot of production work here and there for a lot of different games, a lot of different tournaments, different levels as well. Before we get into all that, though, let's just get to the meat and potatoes of what this podcast normally is. What got you into doing esports stuff, and what kind of keeps you around? I kind of imagine we all know what the answer is for that last one, but what got you into it?
You think you know the answer for the last one?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. I got into esports. I was running a tournament back in the day, and we were doing like a small broadcast for it. Which two people that helped set that up were New Beat and Ageless. They like set up they did like the first broadcast or whatever, and like set it up, and then I had like another individual do like producing, and then some individuals did some casting, and then at some point I decided to pick it up, and then I primarily did it for the rest of that tournament. And then like somewhere in the middle, like towards the end of it, I did start branching out to a lot of other tournaments. Progressively kind of just branching out like the roots in the ground of a tree. To a lot of different tournaments, and then eventually other titles. And now more or less kind of been settled in my own personal groove of things and what I like to do.
Wait, what? I want to know this. What games have you actually done? Like, can you name all the ones? Because I imagine you've done like all like the top tier esports, but I imagine there's like, oh yeah, I did like here's Splatoon, here's Mario Kart. Like, I imagine you've done like random ones as well.
How about I have you list a couple of games and I'll tell you if I've done them.
Okay, Hunter, you go first. We'll just rapid fire at him.
Okay, Counter-Strike.
Yes.
Apex Legends.
Yes.
Splitgate.
No.
Wow, that's kind of messed up. Ready? Everyone ready? By the way, Splitgate 2 beta coming out. I believe it's next weekend. I believe is the open beta. By the way,
Splitgate's news.
We love Splitgate in my household. I am the household, by the way. Let's say let's go with Splatoon.
Yes.
How about Concord?
No. No. I think I'd rather like despawn.
Hey,
do Concord.
Hey, that game despawned faster than it ever existed.
It's true. I honestly forgot it existed.
Let's go Siege.
Yes.
Wait, you've done Siege events?
Wow.
I've done very few, but I have done. Like I've done like 2 or 3.
Listen, tap me in there. I hate Siege more than anyone else, so I think I could give like very good.
What do you think my stance is on it?
Wait, does that mean you produce for Rainbow Six X or whatever the hell it's called that's coming out?
Like I've done like a couple of collegiate like Rainbow Six stuff. I don't really fancy it that much.
Was it Midwest R6? Because I always see them advertising or putting the like feelers on the broadcast GG server.
No, I've only ever done Rainbow Six for. I did it once with Drexel, and then I did it twice with NECC, and then once with HSEL. So mainly collegiate.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter, how about a better question? Of all the games, which is your favorite?
Which is my favorite?
What is your favorite to produce?
I mean, I think it's like straightforward. It's probably going to be Overwatch for the longest time, but I don't think a lot of people realize how much I do enjoy doing like League of Legends as well. Those two are technically my primary games for the most part, for broadcasting at least.
Have you done Rocket League?
I've done some Rocket League.
I always get the feeling that Rocket League is one of those easy ones to produce, because a lot of the time it's the in-game spectator is very well built in that one compared to other games.
You could do a little bit more with it, but I find like the general like flow of like a Rocket League show is a lot more simpler than your other shows. Mm-hmm. There's not like too much you can go around. There's not like you the maps don't really have like a lot of impact. Like you can like show it from a broadcast perspective. I don't know. It's fairly more straightforward than some other games, which makes it really easy to do. Like one of the few games I could just like throw up and do whenever if I get asked to do it.
Hunter, you have any other games?
I was gonna jokingly ask about Paladins. But...
Oh.
I imagine a Halo somewhere in there.
No.
No Halo?
Really?
No, I've not done Halo.
That's actually kind of a shock. I thought there'd be one time in there that you would have just stumbled into a Halo production.
Yeah.
Walking by accident.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely done the majority of the titles. You want one? You want to know one that is like a little obscure?
Why do I want to say it's chess?
I've not done chess. I did for a couple. It was a couple-day events with a production company. I did Naraka Blade Point, which is it's a Eastern like melee-focused battle royale. Very interesting game. Very, very, very much an Eastern type of game, though. Doesn't really catch its drift in the West as much.
Yeah, I could tell. Wait, speaking of battle royales, PUBG.
I've not done PUBG.
Fortnite.
I've done one thing of it.
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, but we like Fortnite.
I've done Smash before.
Good.
What fighting game haven't you done?
Everything but Smash.
Dang, I was gonna ask. Like, I'm ready for the Lethal League production. Where's that at?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where's Lethal League production? Where's it? Where are you at for that?
Insert company name here.
Love that company.
What, Real Shit Production hasn't gone on that yet?
Other company.
Oh, Zyba?
You're out.
I think Bull Skunk this past week, since he was doing the Face It League for It's India, I think he pronounced it Zibba.
We'll send him a sincere message later.
Yeah, no, I think me and Joker were in the chat just saying, "Don't call it that. Hippy or Headrammer will find you."
Oh.
I was gonna send him like a message like, "So how do you pronounce the company name?"
Yeah.
How do you pronounce your address? Like, just
I got it right here.
I got the drone above the house and waiting, man.
I got your IP 192.
Me when I read off the Google IP.
All right. What? So, any other obscure games?
Not really. I think that was the only obscure game. I've done pretty much most of the major titles that exist, at least like once. To a certain extent.
All right. Well, like I said, the second part of the question, what kind of keeps you coming back? I feel like I know the answer a little bit, but but what keeps you coming back?
What keeps me coming back is I think having the freedom to constantly innovate on every new project. Like there's always something that I want to improve upon or work on. And to like further develop my grand scheme of like how I run like broadcasts.
All right.
What were you thinking?
I definitely was expecting you to like hold up a fucking stack of money or some shit.
Yeah, no, like I was gonna say, like this is your profession,
Yeah.
this is your job, like. Like,
Hippy is the rare person who can actually say esports is his job, like pays the bills.
Pays the
True,
bills
true.
and
In air quotes, the bill being like a single bill.
pays the bills, pays the bills, holds up the bill for a Transformers figure.
in quotation, my wife makes more than me.
Yeah, but like you are definitely one of the only people out there who I know who actually does this full time. Like this is their listed profession, I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that that I've come across that do it more, um, either part time or full time.
Mm.
You definitely don't see it more in like the spaces like Trank and CGL. Um, they're usually in a particular bubble of like events you'll see, or they are already in like their own like production companies or working like tier 2 or tier 1 events. Where they can be a little more confidently saying they can do it full time, or they're like doing like a lot of random paid events as well.
The reinforce approach, where you just kind of jump from paid gig to paid gig, praying like hell.
Oh yeah. Will I have food on the table tomorrow?
I mean, I guess it's worked out a little bit for him. To an
I
extent.
mean, listen, he's been very open about some of the struggles he's gone through of just like, yeah, you know, having to rely on plat chat as a source of income is not a fun time. Fun fact, random little off tangent, but it blew my mind. I had plat chat open earlier, and if you look in the description, Bren and Sideshow are still listed for the for the Overwatch plat chat, and I just think that's funny.
Well, I mean, it's probably like exactly what I do with the description for this. Copy and paste the previous week's one, change up a couple words to better fit the guest, and that's it.
Yeah. No need to overcomplicate it.
Yeah. So it's just something where they just don't go through and get rid of those two. Also because they're probably those two names are in their, algorithm shit probably is a part of it.
Yes, the Joshua Wilkinson algorithm poll, very immense, very powerful.
You never know. There's probably people out there.
Hey, listen, he had those 2 banger videos talking about sports washing. Like, bro can cook.
I didn't watch those videos.
Okay, so Hippy's pro sports washing.
Oh my! I just didn't watch the
Believe it or not,
video.
Hippy actually hates you and wants you to perish in real life.
That's
Viewer,
crazy.
you viewer, Hippy is a threat.
Threat.
Minute 18, chapter Hippy threatens viewers.
Exactly. No, to be fair though, like Hippy in terms of like producers, right? Like I feel like for people who don't know you, who've never worked with you, you can give off such an intimidating aura until you speak, and then people realize, oh, he's just a dork.
No.
But like a dork in a good way. Like you're sitting there and you're like, guys, you want to see this new Transformers clip or something? But again, you're very professional, but like everything on the back end, so everybody would probably just assume naturally, like, oh, this guy means business. He knows what he's doing.
I think my favorite misconception about Hippy is because of how everyone speaks so highly about him and how long he's kind of been around. Everyone thinks he's older, but I think he's younger than all of us. Also, I think once he mentions he's married, people automatically think, okay, late 20s.
Yeah, the wife adds 2 years immediately in terms of everyone's perception.
Immediately.
Yeah, because no young people get married.
Yeah.
You seen the economy?
In this economy.
Yeah, Hippy, like I said, there is a marriage buff. It adds a couple years on to like how many.
Is it a buff if it adds a couple years?
I mean, it's like an experience buff.
I guess.
You know, Hippy, we were actually talking about this. I think last week was Echo, right?
Yeah.
Something like
We
that.
were talking about this. We need to get not you, but we need to get your wife on for an episode of this where we can just spill the tea on you and get all the real secrets. You know what I mean?
The real secrets?
Yeah, the real secrets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like we can
bit-
just hear about the things like, actually, when he's doing this on broadcast, it means he's brushing his teeth, or just random little things like that.
I'm not gonna lie. Until this episode didn't. If this episode was gonna start at 8:30, I was literally gonna title it "Hippy's wife's husband." But now it's just gonna be episode 5 after dark. Or something.
Okay,
like
yeah, we can yell at me, we can blame me. I get it. It's my fault. I get it. I get it.
You're the,
no.
you're the
on
reason
me.
it's the
My
title.
responsibility.
No, Mega, it's perfectly fine. I mean,
No, it's fine. You can just call me names. Listen,
No.
it's 2025. You've got a certain person in the White House. He's enabled. You can call me all the names you want now. He said you could.
Oh, I can say the no words.
Mega, I'm gonna be honest with you here as well. There's only one of us here who said that they were gonna leave.
I can already guess who you don't need to tell me that. I could have told you that.
Who was it?
It was Hunter.
Yeah.
Bro,
Oh, wait,
has actively said late night is bad for him. You can't fault him.
Yeah,
for that.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie. If we were still here like now and you weren't here, I was probably gonna call it quits and be like, "Listen,
Dude,
We
like
can-
I
we can
honestly,
do
I
it
wanted
another
to say
day.
just go without me, but like I don't know, that just wouldn't go. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
what to
like
do.
that's the thing. I didn't want to be like. I kept on feeling like if I started it without you, like it was just kind of being mean towards you because at some
You
point
know how
you.
awful I felt knowing that I was holding y'all up. I felt like human garbage. I wanted to like perish.
At least we made a 3-box.
Yeah, I made a quick 3-box. It's something, I guess.
we also got to post a bunch of memes. So like, hey,
Okay, I
some
wouldn't.
silver lining.
I wouldn't say we posted a bunch of memes. We just went through our
I
computers and
posted a
posted what-
bunch of memes. I did.
what Goo Goo Gaga bitch is not a good one.
Like the last 5 things, like the last 10 things I put in were just memes. It's just a straight list.
Here, just so everyone knows. Yeah, that's Goo Goo Gaga bitch.
That is insulting. That Pokemon has a name, and his name is Habon. All right.
Oh, look, we got a nerd here.
No, okay. I literally played competitive Pokemon in Gen 6, okay? I was in leagues. I used a Habonberry Gudra to absolutely deck a Haxorus in the face, and it was the funniest shit I'd ever seen. Like, because people just, like, I'm telling you, if League format, I actually invested my time into it again for Pokemon, I'd be unstoppable. I actually was just the most creative person you'd ever seen.
Oh yeah, Mega, this is what Hippy wanted us to have in your spot while we were waiting for you.
I mean, yeah, I'm technically a visual error. That is true.
I purposely made sure that the Shutterstock was going to be the Shutterstock.com thing was going to be in there.
Oh, that's classic. You gotta have it.
Yeah.
So anyway, this hippie guy, right?
Yeah, this guy,
Yeah.
this son of a gun.
Yeah, this.
How are we out of talking points 18 minutes in? Hippie, you're boring as shit.
This is
Well,
like that's
I'm just a straightforward individual, you know?
that's the thing. Like, and we talked about last week, or basically every week since the breakdown had started, how like the fact that you have talking points, Mega, for that show, and how you break it down into like.
Oh, you mean the breakdown that I didn't upload because I've completely forgotten was doing other things today? Yeah, that one. That's
I was
great.
wondering why. I was like, I went on the YouTube and I was like, it's not up yet. Earlier today. I was gonna listen
literally
to it on my walk.
It's sitting in my computer. I straight up was just busy.
Yeah, and I mean that happens sometimes.
Yeah, but see, it can't happen on week 3 of a podcast. You know what? Like you're trying to build consistency here.
You're talking about that happening on week 3 of a podcast. You understand that happened on week 3 of this podcast where the sound was so fucking bad I deleted the video and it took me 7 hours to re-upload it.
Well, that's fire. I didn't know that. I didn't know the lore.
Yeah, it was the one with Headrammer. The YouTube audio was so shit that I had to go back through, edit it, and then it took 7 hours to re-upload for some reason.
Here, actually, you know, we have Hippy here. Maybe it's time Hippy can spill some tea of his own and talk about anything that Headrammer's made him done that feels silly.
Yeah, do you want to
fully Headrammer time?
Do you want to slander anyone here? Because person took it great last week. He's threatened to sue me now every time I'm in the same call with
it every week. Pause. Respectfully.
Respectfully. I mean, like, I really don't have anything like necessarily negative to say to like about anyone.
Boo.
Yeah, but like. Yeah, like, dude, this guy, he actually is just too nice. Like, he genuinely, like, Hippy, again, you'd think that he's, like, some, like, god-tier master magician, like, can put together all these good-looking broadcasts and stuff, and just behind the scenes, he's just this fucking goober. He'll just randomly join call one night, hey, guys, you want to see how I could zoom my camera? Like, just shit like that.
Hippy, move your camera around now. She set you up for it. How far can you zoom in?
Too far.
All right, now chat. Somebody play tic-tac-toe on his forehead.
Yeah, let's.
He looks up immediately. He's like, none of that.
We need to get the fucking photos that Fletch was doing in Stockholm.
Honestly.
Oh, you mean where somebody's like head was in the camera?
Yeah. I felt like mine was the most egregious of them all.
Oh no, it was Spectrum's by a mile. It's not even close. With those photos, like Spectrum actually looks like a creature from another planet.
I don't know. Well,
no, go ahead.
He's already British.
Mm-hmm.
That's already bad enough.
Yeah, the debuff of the century.
Honestly.
Like, nah, I'm not gonna continue with that. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be too wrong.
No, go ahead.
He said like he's British. He's British, and then I think he said he was like part Jamaican. Like Jamaican's cool, British. And, like it doesn't even out. That's the problem.
Yeah, but see, he doesn't like. He can say he's part Jamaican all he wants. He still sounds British. Therefore, we could. Like, a Jamaican accent would be cool.
It would be.
You know, okay, wait. This probably isn't an appropriate story. Never mind. Let me put that one back on the show.
When the time comes for when the time comes for whoever that story is about and they're on, we can tell it then.
No. It's not a person. I was just going to say that there was a time I was working at a pizza place and my manager unknowingly said a Jamaican slur.
Unknowingly.
He like got goaded into it. He got like goaded into it accidentally, and it was very funny.
Poor guy.
I wouldn't say poor guy. That dude was a lazy motherfucker. I hated that guy.
All right, let's try. I'm gonna try to steer it back on the track here, even though. So we try to get you to slander people, Hippy. Why don't you talk about? Like, who, in your opinion, are, like, some of the more fun people to work with?
More interesting people. It's probably, like, definitely those that I'm typically, like closer to. So, like, Alex and Sean are probably some of the best people to, like, work with. I don't I don't have any, like, tea or like slander of anyone. I definitely am not shy to banter with either of them. I don't know if you've ever heard a typical conversation between me and Sean before. Sean Unfeatured.
Mm-hmm.
We're just like telling each other to fuck off. And if one of us fucks up, you're like, we actually make fun of them for it. Um, and then like me and Alex has like have a similar dynamic. Especially when it comes to like when we're working on stuff. So like, for instance, like I think the best example is when I made the hero pool, the band pools concept. Alex was the one that came up with the idea. I told him that was fucking stupid. That same night at 4 a.m., I told him I finished it.
This is the dumbest fucking shit in the world. I can't believe you even thought of it. Here it is.
So anyway, I have completed the task at hand. And that's kind of a bit more of a part of like my wanting to like improve and develop like new things for like broadcasts and solely and like and just kind of like learn new stuff and just add it to the conglomerate of what I already do. Such. And then there's like people. Those are definitely probably the two closest I've had in the scene. But I definitely enjoy a lot of the majority of those at CGL. I definitely I enjoy basically most of the standard like CGL observing crews whenever they're less beamy when we're working.
So wait, less Mimi. So you don't you don't like the most name drop person on here, Orange?
See the thing when it comes to like a lot of the observers, it's not necessarily just the observer itself. It's based off of the individuals that are working with them. So like I think like the most one of the most cursed combos is like Orange Cry, Restat, and probably
server replays, June.
they're probably one of the more cursed groups that you can get because they're like they do their job, but then they would just be talking about like the most random bullshit ever. The most banterous group I would say is if you ever have me, Sean and Knock in the same VC working together.
That's a rare combo because basically you have to be in BPL for that, right?
Yeah, it's happened like a few times a bit ago, and it's quite the VC call. Another weird combo is I specifically have to be observing, and then I work with Mara, and then I don't know. We it gets a little goofy in that VC for some reason. You could always talk to Echo about the time they had to direct me and Mara. It was very interesting.
Next time Echo's back on the podcast, yeah, we'll make sure. Mega, what the fuck?
Move on. Hey, listen, I'm allowed to link memes. You don't have to acknowledge them. Just move on.
Just move forward, you know.
Is that real?
No. Yeah, we're gonna believe a tweet from Gaga's left toe.
Hey, you never know, right?
Bro,
Well,
they're so broke. They couldn't even get they couldn't even get the actual O. It had to be a 0.
Yeah, no, Hippy's right. You never know. I will always go back to this when fake accounts that are actually leaking real shit. There's a NASCAR Twitter account who was named Private Porno 69, and it batted 1,000 for like 3 weeks straight on rumors in NASCAR. It was the funniest shit in the world.
Bro, what's the rumor? Fucking, they're gonna drive in a lap slightly faster.
No, like people dropping out of the sport, teams closing shop. Like,
No. See, I'm well aware that there's real things in NASCAR like that. I just simply was poking fun at you. That's all.
Yeah, you can always poke fun at me. I mean,
I was going to say, speaking of NASCAR, though, didn't you just go to like the Daytona 500 or something?
Yeah.
How
Knocked
was
off.
that?
Disappointment.
What?
How was
What?
that?
It was fun.
No,
I mean, hey, I'm gonna say this. Me and the fucking president were never inside that track at the same time. Me and my dad went back to the fucking car and waited out the rain. I took a fucking nap. It was great. And then I went to go watch the race. It was fun. Yeah, no. But Hippy.
Yes.
I don't know. I lost my fucking train of thought.
Just like
Happens.
normal. On
Yeah.
live.
Okay.
You make me question if you DC one night all the time.
Okay. Yeah. Like, actually, going. Holy fucking shit, man. Why does this happen
Okay.
once a week where I just
you'll get
fucking lose it all? Hunter, take over for a moment.
Oh, that's a bold choice. All right, cool.
Okay,
Hey, Hippy.
Mega, take over for
Oh,
a moment
well.
since Hunter said it's a bold
Oh.
choice.
It is a bold.
Hey Hunter, what's your favorite Overwatch comp game you've ever played? Mine's the one where Life Weaver's Zen was my backline, so I locked Widow and left boys.
Are you so like? Will that
Did you
just like a
win?
regular comp match count, or like a league?
There's a comp match, but no, like a competitive match of Overwatch. You loaded it up.
Okay, it was back. This was back on console watch, but it's where I played like a game of well, formerly known as a different name, but Cassidy. I got like 26 Deadeye kills on Gibraltar. That was one hell of a time.
Jesus.
That's probably. It was a very fun time. It was a very fun time. We lost that game, by the way.
You go into like double overtime.
I think it was like it was either 7-6 or like 6-5. I'm pretty sure.
7-6. Oh.
Yeah, that was a long. There is hundreds of hours of like old VODs of me playing console watch back in like 2019 because I used to stream on YouTube, and YouTube does great at storing all of those VODs. So there's just some of the shittiest footage you have ever seen of a PlayStation player in your life playing hundreds of comp games and just having the time of his life.
That's what matters. The time of his life.
I know.
Where did the time go?
Don't know because
Where did the time go?
All right, try to get back on track here a little bit. Hippy, as someone who's been a producer, an observer, a replay op, I imagine a stats guy as well. And since you brought up like me DCing, like what is kind of going through your mind when you're losing, like whether it be one of your casters or whether it be one of your observers and they're DCing but they don't really recognize it yet?
I feel like the answer is straightforward. You know, I just like instantly either it's in the if I'm in the voice call with them, I could probably like relay it to them, or if it's the cast or the casters, I can either try to in-air them or I can type in the like a text channel, whatever. But to be fair, casters usually will know if they're lagging before I would know. So they typically would know a lot, like way before me, because if they're lagging with like a VMIX call, their clean feed starts struggling, and they'll notice that way before anything else. Observers, they won't know, per se. It usually, what is it? When it comes to observers, if you have multiple, it's super easy to deal with that because you just like switch to the other one. If you have one, that definitely becomes more of a problem because it's the only like source of like game feed. So like if it's like really bad, you might have to like throw the cam stuff straight to cams. For like a lot of my like solo observing like gigs that I like one observer gigs that I do when I do producing or when I produce for them, I have them like remote into my second PC. So unless like the second PC crashes or I lose internet, technically, even if they're lagging, the feed looks fine. because they're like remoting into my second PC to observe. That's what I typically do. In the course over time of me saving money, I will try to move a lot of my general production into one local area for all that stuff. But I think just being on top of it and just being like aware as much as possible. Like in terms of like issues or like if like casters like say something, I don't always have them like cranked up in my ear or like I'm always 100% listening, but I can always hear them. So if I notice like the changes of like their speech, like their speech patterns, I usually take and listen. Especially if it's quiet. When I hear things and it's quiet, I'm just like, something wrong. Sometimes a good trip, depending on like other games besides Overwatch. There's a lot more downtime between like when casters talk, and it throws me off so much a lot of the times because I'm like, one dead, one not here. Yeah. I think just being on top of it, and just always being aware to some degree, so that the issues don't present for a long period of time.
Yeah, like I definitely know I've had problems before because for some fucking reason, like, and it was so funny. Like last year at a point, once it hit 9 p.m., my internet would just die. I hate
Just die?
Yeah, no, it would just fucking die. It would just like it happened more frequently with one of the Rocket League leagues I would cast for, where the joke was I could not be casting the 9 p.m. game because I would make it the first 5-minute game. Be like, oh yeah, look, it's fine. The next 4, oh, he's not here. Oh, he's back, gone, robot voice, high pitch, not even here anymore. Like,
well.
So funny sometimes.
I had that frequent problem as well. It ended up getting fixed because we got our modem replaced. That ended up being like the key issue. But like there was like a spree of like a month where I DC'd from like a third of the cast I was doing, and it's like there's no fucking way someone's gonna let me on a really good broadcast watching this shit over and over again. Luckily, I've only DC'd from a cast like once or twice in the past like year now. Knocking on wood. Hope that doesn't happen.
No, that's a different person.
Yeah, that's a different person.
You're right. You know, you are correct.
I will be honest.
One person would say a different who.
Yeah, I will be honest. If Hippy said no, Knock would have probably been the next person I was reaching out to.
Oh.
See, then you have to deal with talking to Knock on Wood. Who wants to do that?
I don't know.
That dude probably actually hates my guts. I meme on him far too hard.
He hates me just because how I deal with the overlays on this.
Oh yeah, wait, I remember you showed us this.
Yeah, no, all my overlays are just saved to a flash drive, and he got really mad at me about that.
I mean, it's not the worst thing, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Like, I get it, I do, but like, understand the overlays that I made for this, I probably made in 30 minutes, like 2 hours before the first recording of it, and I don't think they're bad, so I've kind of stuck with them and just changed the colors on them every week. But like I said to him, and like I said I think last week when Echo was on, if this shit corrupts, I can just go through and remake it all again and actually spend some time on it. Yeah. I don't like, but prod problems are fun, but not at the same time. No, like they're fun.
Just not fun. They're just not fun.
They're fun
looking. They're just not fun.
They're
just not fun at all.
They're fun. They're fun looking back at them, realizing what they were.
No, I it's like just trauma. I don't.
Hey, Hippy, remember that one time, like it was me and you and like three straight productions where everything would hit the fan, and I said, "Fuck it, just blame me." Because when I wasn't there, everything worked like a charm. I was there, the shit went crashing to the ground.
I don't think those were as bad as you think they were. Like, no, my recollection.
They weren't, but it was just like
You would say it if like you lagged out like once, or like I fucked up a graphic or something, and like stuff that like almost always happen, like would happen just over time. It's just gonna.
Yeah,
that's the thing though too, is like you can it's like you cannot prevent like tech issues from happening, but you can definitely make it less light. Well, tech issues are just going to happen, but you can prevent it from happening more consistently than not. And I think one thing I say that like what makes an actual good producer is not necessarily they could do a show like flawlessly. It's how do they handle an issue. So it's like you can measure like a producer's skill by basically how many issues they have and the time frame of like when that issue gets fixed.
What the fuck is going? Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to know what's going on in the Discord. Why are we? First we slander him. Now we're threatening. I mean, I guess that's the logical kind of progression with that.
Person, what do you mean? No one's threatening Person. I told him to keep himself safe.
Oh, you're the only one, it seems.
Okay, but your threat is just a Transformers gift.
But let's be honest, that's a normal kind of response for Hippy. What the fuck?
You need to go outside, Hunter.
Wait, no.
You need to get off the internet. You need to unplug. You need to go to the forest.
It's too late for all of us with that.
You need a wilderness trip.
Healing. It's just healing. That's all it is.
That's literally that was literally you before this.
Yeah, that was. What do you mean? That was me.
I was gonna show it, but I'm not gonna show it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just a Malga getting gripped by a Lifeweaver. What's the problem?
Don't phrase it like that either.
There is something wrong with these last three things that were posted.
Here, hang on. I have different gifts. I got you.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
That's not the problem.
Look at the kitty. Look at him.
I feel like every week we spiral further and further into fucking insanity on this podcast.
Okay, listen here. An actual real question you could ask Hippy, which I'm surprised you haven't brought it up yet. Hippy swears by fucking VMIX instead of being a normal person with OBS. You could have talked about that, but no. Instead you're laughing at my memes.
Hey, there's some times where I want you guys to be able to ask questions to our guest as well. I don't want to be the person spearheading everything.
I literally didn't I say how his day was going or something?
I don't remember this.
I don't remember anything I did.
Probably for the best.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's a lot of anger in my body right now.
You don't remember the heinous crimes you did when you came here? Before you came here?
Hey, don't ask me what I was doing in '98. That's all I'm saying.
In '98.
You were barely born.
Don't ask me what I was doing in '98. That's all I'm saying. Don't ask me. They can't talk about me in that city in Ohio anymore.
Yeah, Sandusky was never the same after. Okay, yeah, Hippy, but Mega brings up a good point here. A lot of the observers that we, work with do use OBS. You use VMIX, and I think I completely understand why, but what is the reason why, and what's the big difference between the two?
You shouldn't say observers, you should say producers.
Yeah,
every observer uses OBS.
Yeah, I know. Words, Hippy, I can't speak, which is funny because I'm a caster, but yeah.
You have a lot of issues with that.
I regret asking you to come here now.
Crazy.
Well, now you don't want the spicy banter, don't you? I see now.
Bro started getting some spiciness, and bro just started chugging the milk.
Yo, Hippy, you gotta have like one op. You gotta have like one person that you just absolutely hate. Come on, just name.
It's Sean.
No.
No.
Besides Sean, like I like literally name a CJ. Like, listen, if you said Joker, nobody's gonna play. Like we could
Yeah,
all say Joker. You
not
know
at
what I mean?
all. No, we'd all be fine with that.
I don't know if he listens to this anyway.
Gonna find out very
Don't worry,
quickly.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him personally. I will hand deliver it as a letter.
Yeah. This will be the preview video. Very easy. Get the word out there quickly.
Come on, you don't have like a caster up where you see that they're casting for the game you're producing, and you're like, oh god, this is gonna be annoying.
No, he has that with observers. But Hippy, what's the main difference really with OBS and VMIX? Kind of like Mega said, how you basically live by the gospel of VMIX.
It's just general like the way it's formatted and like the workflow. I think it does what like what I want to manage a broadcast. And I think it's got a lot of features in it that I particularly like when it comes to running broadcasts. Granted, it also has a lot of things I wish it was like better at. So I always say in this conversation, like there's a lot of things that are really good with OBS, and there's a lot of good things with VMix. They also have their struggles as well. I think that just the general way things function in VMix, I prefer that baseline. It makes it also a little bit easier to like. I think VMix is like a little bit easier to like spin up like new broadcasts. Like it's easier to make like new packages with it. I also think making like more complex packages are like a little bit easier in VMix compared to OBS as well. But like fundamentally, they all function the same way. It just changes how like the back end of things works, essentially. And just like what I prefer. It's just more of a preference. Like sure, like VMix has like a couple of features that OBS doesn't have. And like it has built-in replays. It's got built-in multi-outputs. It has like the VMix call integration, which and then like OBS, it doesn't have a lot built into it, but it has a like really good like third-party support. So there's like a lot of plugins you can get with that to do a lot of different like miscellaneous stuff. Yeah. I mean, like technically speaking, I could do CGL on both packages if I want to. I just prefer the workflow of like of VMix a little bit better. For example.
Yeah, and I'll say the VMix calls is one thing that I really like about it. It makes it a lot easier for, I think, us as casters to get a good idea of what we're going to be seeing, especially when we're not in game. Like when you have the 4-box thing open and we can see like, oh yeah, here's the lobby, here's the what the broadcast is, what the stream is seeing, and here's one of the observers, so we kind of know what we're going to see before we go into a map sometimes, which is most of the time just orange looking at a pigeon. But like that's a really nice feature of VMix. But I mean, we still, a lot of the producers we have at all the leagues basically still use OBS, and like you said, it's just a preference thing for the most part, and they still are able to get it to us as casters pretty clearly. Have run into some producers though that it's like, wow, this is a slideshow when it comes to both VMix and OBS, but like again, that's not anything to do with them, it's more to do with their internet.
Yeah.
Hippy, let me ask you this. How many computers do you have?
2.
Just 2?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say 3 at least.
I want to do a whole production rack, but it's a lot of money, and I don't have the internet requirement to get full utilization out of it. It's a plan of mine. Like I said, like I previously mentioned, I want to like run a whole broadcast just within my whole like area, and then have people like remote into it. So like technically speaking, I could like have basically the replay off PC and like 2 observer PCs. There technically would be here, and then they'd be connected to each other with like capture cards or something of sorts, and then the individuals can just remote into it and use them. The best advantage for that, especially for like a more of an online show, is that the feeds do not lose quality. The feed only loses quality as soon as it goes to like once it like goes to like Twitch or YouTube, whatever it's set to. Instead of it losing quality multiple times throughout the line. So like if you have like a semi-crunchy like SRT feed from like observer and it goes to producer, it's a crunchy feed. It's a semi-crunchy feed that's gonna get crunched again by the streaming platform. Yeah, you can. If you ever like look at side by sides of like a stream that has one that has like a PC that's more local and then one that uses SRT, there's like a little bit of a difference, especially in Overwatch where there's a lot on the screen and it gets a little crunchy.
Gotta love old 6v6 double shield. You know, just fucking everything everywhere.
That wasn't that bad. Ramatra caused a lot more issues.
I imagine Ramatra and Juno ults at the same time right now would just destroy.
The Malga Juno shit was very interesting. They would both cage each other basically, and they both Juno each other, and you just be like looking at some colors. Just be like, what am I looking at?
But see, what about perks when you have to track the Kiriko that double teleports, right? And then what if the shield from Orisa is just there in the middle of the battlefield?
I don't know. I feel like people are thinking too hard about that. I think,
dude, I'm just trying to make conversation. I don't fucking know.
I am giving you the conversation. I think people think too hard on it. I think it's like, as time goes on, it's going to be more of a minor thing that it's just going to be part of the normal game progression of sorts. Like it's just really just going to be an extension of their abilities. And like to be fair, a lot of the changes, like some like do some pretty decent changes, but most of them are very minor changes to their ability kit. That you just
see. I'm just talking about it in terms of visual clutter. I don't care about like the actual. I don't care about the actual balance. I'm just saying in terms of visual stuff for observing.
I don't think it would change that much, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think
visual color. You get an Orisa shield
all
now.
Right,
we've seen this before.
I'll jump off a bridge. Y'all got it. Y'all have a good night.
Mega, please don't. Hunter, how you doing up there, man?
Oh, no, I'm great. I'm just having a hell of a time listening to this. I'm going to the Liquipedia and looking at some of the matches for the week and just, thinking about that right now because, man, we have... I don't know. This is normally the time where I'm, like, in bed, like, being ready to, like, slowly pass out. Give myself, like, the buffer. My ass is going to have to, like, speed run, like, 100% any this sleep cycle today.
You'll just jump in the bed and just go out.
I can't just go out like a light like some people can. I wish I could.
I just start reading something and it's like I start reading an article. It's about something random. About halfway through it, I'm just like, I wake myself up and like, wait, I don't want to be holding on or touching the screen and accidentally sending whatever the fuck I'm reading to someone.
Yeah, I'll watch like a video that I have already watched before. That way my brain doesn't have to like actively spend much power actually like absorbing the information. It's like I already know the information. I already know. It's simple.
Hippy, I want to ask your opinion on this. Like working with, I imagine you worked with more VTubers other than just Mega here.
I've only worked with Mega.
Oh,
in terms of VTubers.
Well,
you can maybe like one PNG tuber.
The VTuber caster. It's my brand. I took out the rest of them.
The monopoly.
I mean, hey, no wait. I casted with Pufo once, and they were using. Oh, Hunter went to bed. I casted with Poofa once, and they were using a VTuber, not like a model like that, but they were intermittently changing their model.
Jimmy.
Hunter, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That looks creepy. Like, for some reason, it got darker, but it also like saturized your face to where it looked like one flat color.
It did. It was wonderful. I spent like half of my workday I spent listening to like a volume of like creepypastas. So like, I don't know, got me into the vibe. Because it's nostalgic. It was literally just like volumes of like some
Nostalgic.
How the fuck are creepypastas nostalgic?
For me, they're nostalgic.
He's a giga boomer.
I don't know.
Oh my
that's
God.
What I grew. That's Mega. Hello.
I didn't know he had all these features, and you really paid for a whole lot of not using it.
Motherfucker.
Hippy
I'm
Mega
just
will
going
come.
back- I'm just going back to the air. Right?
What are we doing?
I will come for you and take your soul. Bathe in my holy light.
What do you mean? I own an air fryer. Right there.
You do.
So
That's
much.
crazy.
I actually just got Jarvis. He doesn't own an air fryer.
Fuck, he has a nicer Keurig than me as well.
Oh no!
Oh no,
I
Megan's
just
back at the war.
Oh, God, I just realized I never had Winton in the corner. Fuck!
You never had Amplify as well either. You're fake fan much there, I see.
I don't. Listen. Yeah, you want them to? There, you fucking happy now?
And yeah, I clearly don't own an air fryer.
Air fryer.
Air fryer.
Air fryer.
Great.
Air fryer. Hippy, is this kind of what a normal production is like for you, where at some point during it we all just everyone kind of loses their minds?
If it's a long day,
Mhm.
it definitely dissolves quite a bit. I'll say, so like very long days. But it's either that or it's like in the post production. Like sometimes I like after a stream, I'm kind of like shutting everything down, and I'm just like kind of dying internally.
Mm. Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, kind of like Mega is right there.
Yeah.
There's actually so many settings in here for me to play with. It's kind of crazy.
Have you never
Yeah,
messed with this before?
No.
There is a lot of settings that you can mess with, and it's a lot of fun to be able to do so.
Oh, finally we censored Mega.
We have sent her back to the 8-bit dimension.
The only time I've ever used this is like there was like one time I put snow in the background for something. I don't remember what it was. It was like for I think a winter event or something.
Mm-hmm.
I was like winter goats or something.
That sounds right.
Mm.
Oh my god, the fish-eyed lens.
Oh.
President Nixon is here to tell you everything is okay. Do not worry about what he's doing in the White House.
Why'd you go with Nixon?
Because Watergate is like the funniest thing to me that I can like make fun of without someone making it actually political.
Fair enough.
You can just tell how bored Mega is.
Doug, I thought we've been over an hour for a while.
Yeah,
I was hoping for the end.
We've hit our hour. Hippy,
We have definitely.
what the fuck is that? Okay, Hippy, is there anything else you want to kind of tell anyone about what you do?
I don't know. It's quite a open ended.
Is it fun?
Is it fun? I
Yeah.
would say it's fun. I would say it's like fun, like not necessarily in the moment, but like at the end of like each broadcast, like it gets done, and you've done your you've done the product. It's finished, this is what you made. Whether it's good or bad, made
Mhm.
something. And hopefully you don't get fired.
Yeah, that would be a bad thing for most of the leagues we're in to get fired from. But
Yeah.
much like what you kind of said, to Mega, we've hit our hour mark. That's normally where we like to kind of cap it off there. Hell, we're at an hour 5 here in a couple of seconds, and that's a lot longer than what we normally do. Hunter, what the hell are you doing?
Nothing important. Nothing important.
All right.
This is
Hippy,
your mark right here. Dex.
yeah, Hippy, thank you so much for coming on as our guest this week. Hopefully you'll want to come back if we ever have people that want, if we ever get to the point where we're asking people to come back. But after the show, after this one tonight, I don't know.
It'd be more like begging.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Begging?
Yeah, at some point I'm gonna be begging people. Just like that's gonna be coming up here in a couple episodes. Like, hey y'all, please, anyone,
We beg of you.
I am
please.
desperate. I will pay you $5 just to come be a part of this. But yeah,
Oh, you should open to that.
well, Hippy, you did it for free. So
Aww.
You set the precedent.
yep.
I'll still send
But-
my invoice.
It will
So
not be paid.
email?
It will not be paid. But yeah, that'll do it for us this week on the 5th episode of For the Love of Prod. Again, thank you, Hunter. Thank you, Mega, for being here as well. Thank you guys for going insane with me, as we always end up doing. We really have to try to not go insane during one of these things. And Hippy, thank you for joining in the insanity. Yeah.
The usual.
Yeah, the usual. That's exactly what this podcast is divulging into. But that will do it for us this week. Tune in next week when we have... I have to stop saying when we have because I don't even know anymore. But thank you. Remember, follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, so you guys know when our episodes are up. But that will do it for us this week. See y'all next week.